5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back here on the Wild Things Baseball Network to put a bow on this one, our post-game show begins. This will also, again, as it did last night, serve as our podcast highlight show. Not much to speak of in terms of highlights, at least offensively for Washington. We'll touch on some of the highlights on the mound for the Wild Things, but it was a rough night offensively. Just 3 hits in the game, and they all came in the back third of the game. Aaron Evers, the starter for Windy City, took a no-hitter into the 7th inning before Jeff LaCorey broke it up. Evers ends up with 6 1/3, a shutout ball, and he is the winning pitcher tonight, his first professional win. Jacob Newman picks up a save in a game that goes final at 4-0 in favor of Windy City. The Thunderbolts got their first 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. RBI double by Jalen Greer brought home a leadoff walk and Garrett Broussard. David Mayberry had walked behind Broussard, so that double by Greer, his first hit of the campaign, sent Mayberry to third base. The next hitter, Jose Kerpa, would score Mayberry from third on a ground ball to Sammy Infante at second that made it 2-0 Windy City. And then a sacrifice fly by Zach Beadle to center that scored Jalen Greer made it 3-0 Thunderbolts, who would add a run in the bottom of the 8th inning on an RBI triple by Oscar Cerritos to right center field against Jordan DiValerio, an unearned run after a leadoff error by Ethan Wilder that was charged to the shortstop for Washington off the bat of Zach Beadle, who was replaced on the base pass by Michael Sandel, who hit into a fielder's choice the next batter. And the 4 runs for Windy City are the only 4 runs on the board. Washington's 3 hits, one from Jeff LaCorey in the 7th, a bleeder from Ethan Wilder in the 8th inning, and then the double with 2 outs in the 9th inning by Tyreek Reed. That's it in the hit column for Washington. The final line totals for the Wild Things, it's no runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and Washington left 4 aboard. For Windy City, it is 3 runs, or rather 4 runs on 4 hits. The Thunderbolts made an error, and Windy City left 2-3 runners aboard. The winning pitcher is Aaron Evers. He is 1-0. The loser is Ivan Oviedo. He falls to 0-1. Should Terry mark it down at the same time I did with the save by Newman, his first. The time of the game is 2 hours and 4 minutes here tonight at Ozinga Field. And we'll wait on the attendance to go in there on the final score on the point streak side of things. But it is a 4-0 defeat at the hands of the Thunderbolts, who have won their first series against Washington in a couple of years and have taken the first 2 games of this opening series. And for the second straight year, the Wild Things enter the first Sunday of the year in danger of being swept by their counterpart. This time it happens on the road, where Washington was so good last year with 36 wins in 47 games. But just a quiet night offensively, and those ones are going to happen. I think it's frustrating that it happens on a night where the pitching was still pretty good, despite the 4 runs on the board.
Yeah, you see 2 losses in very different ways. Obviously, the offense was cooking last night. You see the command issues out of the bullpen, really overall in that game, and you end up blowing that late lead. Here you get a solid outing from Oviedo in his first start, and props to Brent Francisco. 2 excellent innings on the mound in his Wild Things debut. 4 runs most of the time with this offense is going to be enough for the win. Not the case today, as they get only 3 hits, and you lose 4-0 to go to 0-2. That being said, like you talked about, not necessarily a situation where you're going to hit the panic button. Started 0-3 last year. This has happened before. That being said, Washington, you look at kind of the the landscape of the Frontier League this year, expected to again be towards the top of that Western Conference. Windy City, not necessarily going to be the case. This is a series that you're expected to win entering the year. Windy City not having a lot of success recently overall against Washington, right, in the head-to-head matchups. But there's a reason why you play the games.
Yep.
Especially in the Frontier League, things happen, weird things happen, and this is one of those weird things.
You come on the road looking to grab at least one, and if you can win series on the road, that's great. Washington gave away a game last night, leading 8-4 after 7.5 and falling in 10 innings, 9-8, and they got beat tonight. Straight up. That's going to happen throughout the course of the season. So you would like to think tomorrow would be a rubber game. Instead, it'll be a chance to salvage for Washington in the opening weekend before returning home to play the Ottawa Titans Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Final lines for the pitchers for Washington, and this is where some of our highlights will come into play on the podcast side of things. 5 innings for Ivan Oviedo, 1 hit. He allowed 3 runs all earned, struck out 6, and walked 3 on 73 pitches. 1-2, wave and a miss. Went back to it and gets Sandel on strikes for out number 1. He's inside the dugout. 0-2 is a breaking ball. Check swing appeal. Yes, says the first base umpire. And it's back-to-back strikeouts for Oviedo to start the bottom of the first inning. It'll bring in the first baseman, Kuzemka. Here's a 3-2. And that is called strike 3. Back with 3 fastballs.
Talking about breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. A common theme continuing, that will be his 4th strikeout so far in this game. Bolts that Zach Beadle on a walk, and they won't get a second one here, as right back to the curveball is Oviedo for strike 3.
That's nasty. Right there from Oviedo for his 5th strikeout. Brent Francisco threw 28 pitches, 21 for strikes in 2 innings of 1 hit ball. He did not allow a run and punched out his first 2 as a pro pitcher.
Looking for his first career strikeout. Not going to get it there. Serrato Snow. That will, in fact, be career strikeout number 1 for Brent Francisco. Gets Serrato to get just enough of a swing on that slider. Serrato's clearly not happy with that call. In college, was an undrafted free agent. As he looks at strike 3, make that 2 strikeouts early on for Brent Francisco as he makes his Wild Things debut.
And Jordan DiValerio allows an unearned run on a hit and a strikeout on 11 pitches in the 8th inning in his tune-up for the home opener start on Tuesday. Tomorrow, Marlon Perez will take the mound for Washington to make his 2025 debut. He'll be opposed by Windy City right-hander Jeff Rotz, and we will have that game for you here on the Wild Things Baseball Network tomorrow afternoon. It is a 2:05 Eastern, 1:05 Central first pitch here in Crestwood at Ozinga Field. Until then, we say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate when you do that, even if it's just for one pitch or the entire game here on the Wild Things Baseball Network. And we remind you as we start to wrap this sucker up for the night that Wild Things Baseball 2025 on the Wild Things Baseball Network is sponsored by Rocco's Rolls, bold flavor, unforgettable bite. Stuffed pepper rolls with sausage and 3 cheeses dipped in any number of sauces. Brush, crunch, boom. Coming soon to EQT Park. Rocco's Rolls, specialty rolls done right. Also sponsored in part by the Pennsylvania Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day. The Pennsylvania Lottery must be 18 years of age or older to play. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. By Sonic, satisfy your burger craving with the Sonic Smasher, double or triple stacked with Angus patties, smashed and seared to crispy perfection, layered with melty cheese and topped with tangy Smasher sauce and crinkle-cut pickles. With a burger like this, every bite is the best bite. Live free, eat Sonic. By Baker's Waterproofing, a groundworks company, basement waterproofing and foundation repair experts. Schedule your free inspection at bakerswaterproofing.com or call 866-294-3001. And by Victory Toyota Highlands, located in Triadelphia, West Virginia, and online at victorytoyotahighlands.com. Victory Toyota Highlands can help find the new Toyota that fits your budget and style. Toyota, let's go places. Until tomorrow, we say so long. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll chat with you on the flip side from Crestwood, Illinois' Ozinga Field.